What are different ways that being a person can manifest? What are different ways of experiencing these aspects of personhood? Is it possible for more than one person to live inside of one human body? The truth is that it is neurophysiologically possible for more than one person to live inside of one human body. Being a person is a pure miracle. All the different components that create these aspects of personhood, that shape the elements of personhood, nothing short of miraculous. It is a pure miracle to be anything at all. The various ways that people can experience these aspects of personhood can be expressed through a spectrum of personhood. Along one end of the spectrum are integrated uniconscious persons, which means there's one person and they experience the 3 layers of human consciousness with the 13 aspects of personhood in a very integrated manner, which means all 3 layers have communication within one another. All 13 aspects have a smooth flowing route of communication. There is connectivity within their consciousness through these unconscious processes of communication within the 13 aspects of personhood. At the other end of the spectrum are multi-conscious mosaics, which means one body who experiences multiple inner persons, each one with their own unique experience of the 3 layers of human consciousness and the 13 aspects of personhood. It means there's one human body with multiple persons living inside of the one body. Each individual person possesses their own unique experience of the 3 layers of human consciousness and the 13 aspects of personhood within that. Manifestations of personhood can be expressed along the spectrum, and spectrums always have different points within it. So these are the 2 ends. Within the middle portions of the spectrum are various ways that uniconscious people can experience a lack of integration, which means there's one body and there's one person, but within that person there's many parts who may not have complete communication with one another. Which means that memories may not be connected, attachments may not be connected, neural networks may not be connected, selfceptions may not be connected. And then the applications of the unconscious states may experience some discontinuity. There may be chronic nervous system dysregulation, or brainwave dysregulation, or dysfunction of cranial nerves, just as a few examples. And this can happen because the 13 aspects of personhood are not integrated. There's not this natural connectivity of consciousness where the unconscious operations are communicating with one another, and so they're having a little bit of difficulty in the smooth flow of all of these aspects of personhood. A uniconscious mind or uniconsciousness means that one physical body exists as one person. Multi-conscious minds or multi-consciousness means that one physical body exists with many inner persons or multiple inner persons, meaning that there are more than one person living inside of one physical body. And we've explored what it means to be a person. Being a person means possessing a unique application of the 13 aspects of personhood through the 3 layers of human consciousness. So multi-conscious mosaic minds live life in one physical body, but with multiple applications of all of the 13 aspects of personhood through the 3 layers of human consciousness, each inner person living with their own unique way of being a person. And so along this spectrum of personhood, there are integrated uniconscious people, and the flow within the 13 aspects of personhood, there's complete connectivity of consciousness. The applications of unconscious states are smooth flowing, regulated, operating, have communication and connection automatically and unconsciously with one another. And the subconscious realms have connectivity within the consciousness, so they can naturally communicate with one another. The memories have connection with one another. The attachments have fully developed. There's continuity within self-ceptions and perceptions and stories and belief systems. And then the conscious awareness has a continual sense of presence where moment by moment unfolding life experience feels like it's being experienced as one singular person, and there's no disruption within that experience of personhood. Uniconscious individuals will experience the 3 layers of personhood, but with some disruption between the 13 aspects of personhood. Memories might not be completely able to know about one another. There may be this discontinuity where this aspect of something that happened during childhood doesn't fully know about the grown-up that now is. There may be disruption within the attachment development where things did not get completely knit together and intertwined and interwoven, and so there may be some disruptions within relationships. There may be some disruption between the brain-body communication as parts try and rally all this data in between the conscious mind and the unconscious body. There may be some disruption between the energetic flow of information being passed through those realms. There may be some disruption within the unconscious states, such as the cranial nerves not having full engagement with one another or complete connectivity within their own individual operations. There may be chronic nervous system dysregulation, where the autonomic flow of the brain-body system is having these disruptions and struggling to stay activated in a regulated manner. There may be some disruption within the brainwave activity, causing low brainwave states and maybe dissociation or high brainwave states and anxiety or anything like that. It may be difficult to focus or concentrate or gather one's thoughts, etc. There may have been divergently developed brain regions where there's not a complete connectivity of consciousness within the unconscious communicative flow of the brain operations. And one of many examples of that would be struggling to find words for feelings, which is connecting the left brain hemisphere with the right brain hemisphere, finding ways to articulate internal sensations in an external manner. Experiencing uniconsciousness without complete integration can happen, again, it's all on a spectrum. And so there may be some minor blocks within the energetic communication between the 13 aspects of personhood within these 3 layers of consciousness. There may be some severe blockages of communication between these 13 aspects of personhood within the 3 layers of human consciousness. And it could be somewhere in the middle. Here's a visualization of my spectrum of personhood. Each pink triangle represents one physical body. Within each pink triangle are pink lines creating 3 spaces within the triangle. This represents the 3 layers of human consciousness that house the 13 aspects of personhood. As you can see with the key at the top of the page, each of the blue markings has a specific meaning. Blue dots represent a minor block in communicative connectivity through neural synapses within the 3 layers of neurophysiological applications of consciousness. Blue squiggly lines represent a partial block in communicative connectivity through neural synapses within the 3 layers of neurophysiological applications of consciousness. And a straight blue line inside of a triangle represents a complete block in communicative connectivity through neural synapses within the 3 layers of neurophysiological applications of consciousness. Any block of communicative connectivity within consciousness can affect unfolding life experience for each person. The spectrum moves from left to right, beginning at integrated uniconscious and moving towards multiconscious mosaics. Along this spectrum of personhood, there are 9 pink triangles that reveal the manner in which information moves along this spectrum. We'll start on the left-hand side and move to the right. Beginning with the triangle on the far left, you'll notice that there are no blue markings in it. This represents an integrated uniconscious mind where there are no blockages within the communicative connectivity of consciousness, experienced through the 13 aspects of personhood within the 3 layers of human consciousness. The next pink triangle, moving from left to right, has 3 blue dots within the subconscious realms, meaning that there are minor blocks in communicative connectivity of consciousness within aspects of the subconscious realms. The next pink triangle, moving from left to right, has a few blue dots within the subconscious realms and unconscious states, meaning that there are minor blockages in communicative connectivity of consciousness within the aspects of personhood inhabiting subconscious realms and unconscious states. The next pink triangle, moving from left to right, has even more blue dots within the subconscious realms and unconscious states, meaning that there are even more minor blockages in communicative connectivity of consciousness within the subconscious realms and unconscious states. The next pink triangle, which is the middle one here in this image, has blue dots and blue squiggly lines in the middle and lower layers of the triangle, which mean that there are minor blocks and partial blocks in communicative connectivity of consciousness within the subconscious realms and unconscious states. The next pink triangle shows a larger area of the subconscious realms and unconscious states experiencing partial blockages in communicative connectivity of consciousness and a minor block in the conscious awareness. The next pink triangle, moving from left to right, has the same amount of blue squiggly lines in the subconscious realms and unconscious states as the previous triangle, and there are additional blue dots within all 3 layers of consciousness, which means that there are partial and minor blocks within the subconscious realms and unconscious states and minor blocks in communicative connectivity of the conscious awareness. Moving along the spectrum from left to right, the next pink triangle has even more partial blocks of communicative connectivity of consciousness within the subconscious realms and unconscious states, and again, minor blocks in communicative connectivity within the conscious awareness. This final drawing of a triangle on the far right side of this spectrum shows that there are straight blue lines within all 3 layers of the consciousness, which means that there are complete blocks within the communicative connectivity of consciousness through all 3 layers of human consciousness, which house the 13 aspects of personhood. This is when one physical body lives with multiple inner persons, each person possessing their own unique experience of the 3 layers of human consciousness. The ways that being a person or experiencing the aspects of personhood can manifest within humankind vary along this spectrum. Some individuals will experience life through an integrated uniconscious mind. Some people will experience life through a uniconscious mind without complete integration. And some people will experience life through a multi-conscious Mosaic mind where there are multiple persons living inside of one body. And the truth is, there is no right or wrong way to be a person. We are all allowed to experience personhood as we uniquely and innately are. There is no right or wrong way to be a person. And being a multi-conscious mind, or being a uniconscious mind, or having integration or not having integration, at the end of the day, we are all people having a miraculous experience through consciousness, and we are all worthy of love. We are all worthy of thrival. We are all worthy of peace, joy, and fulfillment. We are all worthy of connection with ourselves and with one another. We are all allowed to be who we are and chase our dreams and take care of ourselves and express ourselves and pursue the potential that is within us and the fulfillment that we desire. We are all allowed to choose peace through unfolding life moments, even even when things don't feel peaceful. There is no right or wrong way to be a person. Every person is allowed to experience their own personhood through their uniqueness and the unique development of their consciousness. There is no right or wrong way to be a person. It's all allowed. We are allowed to be whatever kind of person that we are. And the various ways that being a person can be experienced can be expressed along the spectrum of personhood.
I want you to join this conversation. I want you to be a part of this worldwide discussion. Here is a conversation starter for you. I encourage you to comment below, or respond in a journal prompt, or write a blog post, or create your own video, or have a discussion with a friend, or start a conversation with a family member. I encourage you to take this discussion prompt and transform it into something that you engage with in your personal life. Conversations about consciousness matter. You matter. Your voice matters.